Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Note to Self. Today, I want to talk about why you might feel responsible for other people's moods. So, there's a particular kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from feeling too much responsibility for things that aren't actually yours. So, if you've ever noticed your body tense the moment someone around you is irritated, or if you feel an impulse to fix, to soften, to explain, or manage energy in a room, or if your peace feels conditional on everyone else being okay, this episode is for you. Because many people aren't actually afraid of conflict. They're afraid of being responsible for someone else's emotional state. And that belief didn't come from nowhere. So here's something important to understand. Your nervous system inside your body is designed for co-regulation before it learns self-regulation. So as infants and children, we regulate our emotions through the nervous systems of the people around us. And if a caregiver was unpredictable, emotionally volatile, withdrawn, or overwhelmed, your body may have learned something very specific along the lines of pay attention, track their mood, stay ahead of it. And this isn't a weakness. This is intelligence. Your system became highly attuned, scanning for people's tones, shifts in their energy, facial expressions, because safety essentially depended on it. Over time, that attunement can turn into hypervigilance, where your body believes if someone is upset, I need to do something about it. So here's where things might get tangled. Empathy means feeling with other people. Responsibility means carrying for other people. So sensitive, empathic people often confuse the two. You can feel someone's sadness without being the cause of it. You can notice someone's frustration without being responsible for resolving it. You can care deeply without taking ownership of another adult's internal world. So feeling something doesn't mean that it belongs to you. So a metaphor could be, think of other people's moods like weather systems. Some days it's sunny, some days it's stormy, some days there's an unexpected fog. Now, imagine believing it's your job to control the weather. You would be exhausted. You would be constantly on edge. You'd never actually succeed because weather moves on its own. You, however, are not the weather. You are the sky. The sky doesn't panic when a storm passes through. It doesn't chase the clouds. It allows movement without losing its vastness. And when you take responsibility for someone else's mood, you step into their weather management instead of staying rooted in yourself as the sky. So why does this pattern follow us into adulthood? If we can understand this, if we can comprehend the metaphor, then why does it feel like a part of us sometimes? So the habit often becomes the most visible in romantic relationships and close partnerships. You might notice a reflex to soothe tension immediately when you sense it arising. You might sense discomfort when someone is quiet or withdrawn, and you might have a sense that you've done something wrong when energy shifts. And this is because at one point, peacekeeping kept you safe, right? You learned this level of intelligence as a young child who didn't know any better. It helped you stay connected. It helped you belong to your family, for example. But what once protected you can later imprison you. And if this episode is resonating with you, you probably feel trapped in this pattern. You probably feel incredibly exhausted by it because the cost is very high. Chronic nervous system tension creates that exhaustion. A pattern like this also creates emotional self-abandonment when the focus is so much on the other versus the self. And ultimately, this leads to resentment you might not want to admit that you actually feel. So here's the reframe that changes everything. You are responsible to people, not for them. You can be present without performing. You can be compassionate without contorting. You can stay regulated even when others are not. And this is what emotional sovereignty feels like. It's not cold, it's not detached, it's just grounded. It's rooted in reality and rooted in the self. A regulated nervous system doesn't rush to fix things. It trusts that other adults can meet their own emotions. So you are allowed to let other people have their moods. You are allowed to stay calm in the presence of discomfort. You are allowed to stop managing energy that was never yours to manage. Your job is not to keep the room emotionally balanced. Your job is to stay anchored in yourself. And when you do that, when you practice this, right, when you really start to embody this, something really surprising happens. Relationships become more clean, safe, more honest, more easeful overall. Because peace that comes from self-trust lasts far longer than peace that comes from any type of control. And what I want to share with you is that no matter where you're at on this journey, like for me personally, I know that there's been essences of this that I've been undoing for some time. And we're always peeling back the layers, self-development, self-improvement. Like we're always growing, okay? We're always like onions. I think that was like, wasn't that from Shrek or something like that? But, there's many layers. So sometimes, you might be listening to this episode. It might be highlighting to you like, oh, I thought that I already learned this already, but I'm kind of seeing this show up in a certain area of my life. Don't get down on yourself. Just say, okay, it's time to peel back the next layer. Like I'm always going to be creating more energetic sovereignty for myself. And oh my gosh, if this is showing up for me right now, it means that there's a whole next level available to me. And I'm going to take that opportunity. I'm going to take that opportunity to grow and evolve. And if you're noticing that like this is something that is like rooted on a deeper level and support would be something beneficial to you, this is the exact work that I do with my clients inside core energy coaching containers. We go to the root. We go to the root of where these patterns or this energy was formulated, and we start to unravel that. We start to undo that. And ultimately that helps you gently shift out of hyper responsibility and into emotional sovereignty, safety, and self-trust. And for those of you who feel called into deeper somatic and energetic clearing, I also hold small, intimate Kambo circle ceremonies here in Toronto. These are spaces that are focused on releasing what your body no longer needs to carry, physically, emotionally, and energetically, and returning yourself to a grounded state of being. So if either of those pathways feels aligned for you, you're always welcome to reach out or explore the links in the show notes. I always love to hear from you. So sending you so much love for wherever you're at. And remember, when you practice this, when you practice energetic sovereignty, when you practice not reaching to fix something for somebody else and hold that energy inside of yourself, it becomes easier. You feel more free. You feel more calm. You feel like an energy ninja ultimately. And that's a really cool feeling. And you feel just good in your system, mind, body, soul connection. And again, more potential, more space available for you, all good things flowing to you. So sending you so much love, and I'll talk to you soon.